Joining us right now is Dylan Hollman, captain of the Arizona Sun Devils Division I hockey team. Dylan, how are you?
I'm great, guys. Thanks for having me.
Oh, you're more than welcome. I'm Dave. We got Ed Smith, former Atlanta Falcons Super Bowl ring. He's bringing it to the remote. And we got head coach and assistant coach Andy Tufto of the Arizona Hawks and Luke Hernandez, along with the owner of the Arizona Hawks, Greg Shirsky. But let's talk about the ASU. I mean, this is really exciting for hockey fans as well as youth hockey in Arizona because ASU now Division I. They were Division I last year, and this year you're starting with, of course, playing a full schedule as last year you had a hybrid schedule, and this year you have full schedule. But you got a lot of transfers, including yourself, that this will be your first year playing with ASU. So let's talk about that a little bit. You transferred from UMass Lowell River Hawks hockey program. So what attracted you to play at ASU?
Yeah, great question. I think there's so many factors that contributed to me wanting to come here. I think, first of all, the opportunity to be part of a starter program was something that only happens, every 5 to 10 years, if that. I mean, you look at Penn State and the Knots coming for the recent new additions, but I think being able to be kind of like a part of that first group that created that tradition was something that was very attractive to me, and I think I speak for the other redshirts as well when I say that was one of the factors in coming here. And then secondly, just speaking with Coach Powers, I really liked what he and the coaching staff had to say about the program and the direction they were hoping it would lead into. So I think it was really a good fit for me, and then obviously it goes without saying it's an excellent place to live and as well to go to school. So I mean, that's only a short version of the list, but there were many factors that went into me deciding to come here.
Well, let me ask you this, Dylan. How hard was it as a choice? Because the NCAA transfer rules means you have to sit out a year. Was that difficult, or how difficult was that, and was that calculated into your choosing to sit out a year to not play competitive hockey?
Yeah, for sure. It's a difficult choice. I mean, we're hockey players. We love to play the game, and to be able to not compete in a single game for an entire year is obviously not ideal, but we saw the opportunity that we had here, and I think just as a calculated decision where we were willing to sit out for that year. And it really helped a lot that, along with myself, I had 4 other redshirts. So in a lot of other programs that have redshirt players, I mean, they're basically working out by themselves and such when the team's on the road. And for us, we kind of had a very tight-knit group of redshirts, so we were really pushing each other on and off the ice every day to get better. I think that made the process a lot easier for that whole year last year.
So you're allowed to practice with the team but not play a game?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Okay.
we were involved with the team for every workout and practice, basically during the weeks until the other went on the road to play. The only time is occasionally Coach Powers wanted some more reps for the guys in the lineup, so occasionally he would tell us not to come on the ice, but that didn't happen too often. I mean, and we for sure understood since we had so many players on the roster.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Well, this is exciting for you. You've, of course, had a lot of success in your junior team, and you also, like I said, came out of UMass. I think you got injured, right?
Yeah, I did.
The first year. So how tough was that to recover?
It was tough. It was kind of just a nagging injury, and it kind of bugged me for long after, even after I got healthy again, and it was a process for sure to get back. But now with all the work I put in since then, and especially being able last year to just kind of conduct almost summer-style workouts where you're lifting heavy and really building up your strength for an entire year, I think was really huge for me as far as my recovery from that injury. And then along with that, we were able to practice a ton and take tons of reps last year. So it's definitely tough anytime you sustain an injury, I think. But I'm happy with where I'm at right now, and I thank my the training staff a lot for all the effort they put in to help me get back healthy.
So so it's interesting if you think about it. It's really been 2 years since you played competitive hockey, then, right?
Yeah, exactly. And
wow,
that's one of the. And it has been almost been 2 years. So I mean, I'm probably more excited than most guys am and chomping at the bit to start the year this year.
Oh yeah, there's no question about it. How would you describe your style of play? We're really determined on NBC Sports here at Real Hockey Talk to get the fans of ASU and all the people in Phoenix metro area to get to know the players, because I think it's very exciting to be Division I. So what's your style of play? How would you describe it?
Yeah, great question. I really try to model my game after a player such as like a Jonathan Toews or a Zach Parise. I like to think of myself as sort of a two-way forward who can still produce offensively. I know playing in junior in Spruce Grove, where we had a lot of success, and even in UMass Lowell, defense was very highly preached upon, and to take care of your defensive zone before you move forward. And I think that's one of the main reasons that both those programs were so successful. So it's kind of ingrained in my playing style right now to be very tough to play against the defensive zone. And then, like I said, I try my best to play a fast-paced game. I like to use my skating a lot and play with other players who can get up ice quickly and try to create chances off the rush and such like that. And along with that, I like to go to the hard areas, try and get kind of those tough area goals, and do whatever it takes for my team to win, whether that's putting myself in front of a shot on a PK or something along those lines.
I'll tell you, if you play like Jonathan Toews, boy, the fans are going to be incredibly excited over watching ASU this year. Now, every captain, every leader has their own leadership styles. Describe your leadership as the captain of the ASU Sun Devils, your type of style.
I think I'm not necessarily as much of a vocal person as some other captains might be. I usually try to lead on the ice, but I'm not afraid to say something when I feel something needs to be said. I try to have a pretty good working relationship with each and every single player on the team, and make myself presentable. Where if they feel they have something that they don't necessarily want to talk to the coach about, that I'm approachable. So I think I really try and base my leadership off of that trust factor with me and my teammates. And along with that, I think I have a really good group of support. Not even just alternate captains, but along with that, a lot of other older guys who have really stepped up and have really made my job easy so far.
Well, that's exciting. Now, let me verify something. I believe, counting this year, you have 3 years of eligibility left, or is it 2 years?
I do have 3 more years, yes. Yeah.
That's exciting for the fans, and it's got to be exciting for you as well to still have that type of playing time.
It is, yeah. I mean, judging off my first year, I absolutely love it here, and it's somewhere I can see myself living eventually too. So for me to have 3 more years to be able to represent ASU on their hockey team is it's extremely exciting for me. And it's a great opportunity for me to be a part of the program as it kind of progresses and grows.
Now, junior hockey was Spruce Grove Saints, AJHL. You mentioned that a little bit earlier. There's a lot of, what I understand, there's over 50 former players that have gone on to play in the NHL, including some of these big names. I mean, Mark Messier, you don't get bigger than that.
Yeah, Spruce Grove they've had a ton of success in their program over the course of their history. They actually just recently they went through an ownership change. I think Ryan Smith, who used to play for the Oilers, just took over as part owner. So they've built a long history of success there in their tradition. I think that really starts with their ownership group. They bring in the right people, and I give a lot of credit to the people they hire, the GMs, because they, again, do an excellent job of kind of bringing in good character guys who don't cause trouble away from the rink.
That is cool. And of course, Stu Barnes played, Mike Comrie, Steve Reinprecht. I think Comrie and Reinprecht were LA Kings at one time, I believe. Wow, you got a rich history there, and that's got to be very, very exciting. Talk about your cousin, I believe plays on the Montreal Canadiens. And did you, of course, grow up playing hockey with him?
Yeah, Brendan. I grew up in a small town in Saskatchewan, and he grew up in Sherwood Park. So I never actually grew up. I've never really played on his team, but I mean, I always grew up around the guy. And when I was, I think, 15 years old, I think it was, my parents would send me out to their place in Tsawwassen, BC every year for a month or two. And his dad, Ian, was the strength coach for the Vancouver Giants. And, and I would work out with him and a good group of guys who Brendan was a part of. And I think that, I mean, he's got such a good work ethic. I think that was really a really good learning experience for me to kind of be around that, see really what it takes for someone to make it to that level and see the type of effort they put on and off guys.
That's Brendan Gallagher, of course. We're talking a winger for the Montreal Canadiens. And actually, I think his alternate captain, too, has really had some, great years since being drafted by Montreal. So he's quite a good player.
Yeah, he has. I mean, he's an undersized guy, and he kind of got overlooked a lot throughout his career. So it's really, I mean, and he's a down-to-earth, humble person, too. So it's really good to see the amount of success he's had throughout his career.
And maybe one day you also will be playing against him in the NHL. We're sort of out of our segment right now, but Dylan, we'd love to have you on again. There's no doubt. Good luck this year. We'll be covering ASU hockey, so we'll be having a lot of your players, coaches on during the year. And thank you again for calling in.
Yeah, no problem. Thanks so much for having me, guys.
You're more than welcome. And that's Dylan Hollman, the captain of ASU Division I hockey.